My second speaker is Ameer Abro. Ameer Abro is professionally an engineer. He is writer, poet, activist, and highly advocating for the rights of education. He is founder of Indus Education Foundation, which is working towards promoting education in rural areas of Sindh. So I request Ameer Abro to present his thoughts, please.
Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is an August motion. This is an August event that I am addressing to the people of highly caliber, educated and linked with the Society of Technology, who have developed their lives and their families and their generations in UK or in the Western world, but they have migrated from a world of poverty, lawlessness, crime, jeopardy, and extremism, and a pseudo-jihadism. We are the people, we live in an alarming situation. Today, we have to consider the society from where we have migrated, and we have to see the issues, the aspects, and the criminal activities that are happening in the society wherefrom we belong to. It is our right and also responsibility to take care of the society where we belong to. And I am very much thankful at this position towards Sindhi Congress that they have invited me to address about the issues of, especially of the education in Sindh, as these people have been doing, and they are fighting for the rights of children, for the rights of youth, and for the rights of women of our society since last 25 years, which is a great work. Every year they conduct a conference here and gather the people and ask people to comment here about the aspects, about the issues in Sindh, and they communicate their speakers and their speeches and their ideas to the world, to internet and to several means of communication. So I appreciate their work, and I am thankful that they have asked me to discuss the issues of education in Sindh. Before going into the details, that what is real objective position in Sindh today about education, I must see that today, along with all other criminalities like robberies, jeopardies, and the bureaucratic corruption and political corruption, rigging, and the ransom, the jeopardy on ransom is also one of the criminality, honor killing, and the discrimination with women. Along with all these things that are happening in Sindh since centuries. It is happening in South Asia since centuries. But today's topic, the main crime, that new crime has entered in Sindh is extremism, is a pseudo-jihadism, is the wrong translation of Quran that has been spread in Pakistan and now it is spread in Sindh. If you are aware of the events and the news that are happening in Sindh, you must know that last week, the 2 weeks ago, in one day, in 4 hours, 22 blasts were happened in Sindh. 22 blasts in Sindh in 4 hours only. So who are those people who are doing these blasts? These are the people who are related with us. He may be my cousin, he may be my brother, he may be my sister, he may be my neighbor, or he may be anybody who is related with me since last centuries. So we are responsible to think about it, that why it is happening in our land. If we don't take this responsibility today, this will spread. I just want to alarm you, because I'm alarmed every day and every night. I think about it, that I should be alarmed at what's happening on my land. If we are not taking this responsibility, this will spread. And one day it can become Afghanistan, it can become Swat, it can become Balochistan, and it can become Somalia, it can become Sudan, it can become Yemen, it can become many countries that are now affected with this extremism. So if we don't take this responsibility today, I think we will not be able to call ourselves a responsible or rightful citizen of our nation. That we call a diaspora today, we call a diaspora that we are all one nation. So, to avoid or to overcome this situation, of course, it's the responsibility of government to provide security to the people and to provide education and health to the people. And it is the government who plays a role to spread it. And there are so many hands behind that government also who forces them to spread this crime. But main thing is that if we people are educated, if our children, our generations are educated, they will not take pistol in their hands. Because it is the same society which is spreading this crime. They cannot give pistol in my hand that you go and kill this person in the name of Islam. Because if I'm aware of my religion, of my faith, or of my society and community, I will not take that pistol. And if you see that our situation, the education of our Sindh is extremely low today, and it is blocked especially in the rural areas. So this is why, this is the actual reason that I started to work on the education in rural Sindh. Since last 13 years, I want to take this opportunity to tell you, since last 13 years in Sindh, it is a law, which is a discriminatory law, that the children who are passing intermediate, they will be allowed to enter in the university of their district only. This Musharraf actually passed this law in 2001, and after that this law is continuing in Sindh. When People's Party came into power in 2008, they also continued the law. So their policy of educating the people and going into the higher quality education institutions, they actually resisted it, they blocked it. Because if you live in Cardiff, can't you take admission in Oxford or Cambridge? You can, it's on the merit. But Sindhi person, if he is living in Kharagpur, he can't take admission in Karachi University or any university. Since last 13 years it's happening. It's a shame. And it's a shame for me also, that I don't take my right, or I don't take my responsibility to fight for this right. And these People's Parties last 5 years were actually the same policy of Musharraf, and that's why this is happening. The other, in Mehran University and Sindh University, it is 3 years ago's data that I came to know that more than 48% children or students were non-Sindhis in Sindh University and Mehran University. It is 3 years ago that I got the data. Today it is increasing. It must have been increased. So this is the block that our education is blocked from the policy of the government first. Number two, our education is blocked from our rural areas. The actual literacy rate in rural areas is 2%. This is my own figures. Because I personally go to the villages. Every year, I pass more than 45 days in the villages every year, I tell you. And the actual literacy rate of Sindh is 2%. So the children who are coming from the rural areas of Sindh, they are basically originally Sindhis. Original they speak Sindhi, and they are blocked at 5 years when they pass the primary education, or they don't go after the primary education. According to the figures of United Nations, and the ambassador of United Nations on education is Gordon Brown. He has his own website. website, he has given the figures of all the nations and all the countries in the world. He has told that more than 59.9 million children don't go to the school in the world. Out of them, 4 million are in Sindh. 4 million. What is the geographical condition of Sindh? And 4 million children don't go to school. So there are 20,000 schools, primary schools in Pakistan. They are non-functional. Out of them, 7,000 schools are in Sindh. So our generation, who is going to be given the pistol or the rifle, who is going to be given an incentive that killing a person is a good economy. It's a good business today. You kill a person, you just kill a person and get robbery and get money from the shop owner, and your local policeman gets the share of that. Your local MP and MNA, he gets the share of that. And if you go to the court, the judge takes the share of that. So who is protecting the killings? Nobody is protecting the killings. It's only the killer who is earning. In our society, the killer is going to be a big man. He is going to be the rich man because he is supported by all the aspects of the society. I'm sorry, I'm taking too much time. So this is why I have emphasized my organization is Indus Education Foundation, which was established in 2006. I have emphasized on the rural education in Sindh so that this block can be curtailed. And for that, I have given a program, and I have started a project in Hala first because I belong to Hala, and I have given 5 to 6 components that will help the rural education in Sindh. The main component is the database system. I have collected the data of 30,000 children in Hala Telka only. There are 6 union councils in Hala, and there are 215 schools in Hala Telka. That we have collected the biodata of all the children in Telka Hala, that is 30,000 children. And we will transfer it on a software, a database software, that will indicate the child that he goes to school or not. Because, if you don't make a system, that will not work. Here in UK or in other countries, you see that every child is registered and every child is forced by the government to go to school. So if we don't have the data, we cannot send our children to school. So this database system I have collected. After that, we are going to establish a big institute in Hala for the teachers and for the youth who are not able to get education. They will be giving education free of cost in that institute. That will be the Institute of Modern Education for Primary Teachers. And we are going to establish the stakeholders governing body in every telka of Sindh. In every telka there will be a governing body of the stakeholders. All the stakeholders of the child are parents, are teachers, are the representatives of local MPAs and MNAs, the MNAs, the press, the education department. All those people will be the members of those governing body in all the telkas of Sindh, inshallah, in 3 or 4 years. And those governing bodies will run these schools, and they will follow the database system that I am going to develop in next 3 years. Every child in Sindh will be registered, and then they will be followed by their governing body, so that if we can confirm and we can identify the children that whether they go to school or not. This is the only solution to unblock the education of Sindh. If there is time that I can speak.
Thank you.
If there is no time, then I will finish. So I have a lot of things to say, but I'm sorry that thank you very much for your patience that you listened to me. And in another occasion, I will again talk about that, and I will give you the results that what I have done in last 6 months. Another occasion, when we meet the same people, I will tell you that what movement has been done in our rural education. Thank you very much.